So we just finished watching the first episode of season 3 of Insecure, and we thought it'd be cool to make a video about like what we thought about it. So I guess the first thing is I really enjoyed the episode. I laughed more than I had in a while, and there were like certain parts that kind of I felt related to my own personal life a little bit. Like, I used to be an Uber driver, so that like stuff. I mean, it was not very long, but I related to that component of the new season. And then like Molly and Dro, that was just like needs to go ahead and end. So I had like a lot of different thoughts. We had like little intermittent conversations, but I really enjoyed the first episode. Did you enjoy the first episode?
Yeah, I mean, so it's a dope episode, but there's a lot that I wanted to talk about. But it's just funny because some of the things that I took from last season, they were kind of answered in this season. Like, for instance, I was wondering if Dro had actually lied to Molly about having an open marriage. But then when he hit that phone call, I was like, okay, he really does have an open marriage. And then Molly, she hit Dro and she was like, you know, I need my space, you know, so it's one or the other. And I was like, yo, y'all should just stop beating. Like, just stop having sex and just do the friend thing. I think that would have been a better...
But I think that would have been a better look. I feel like if they tried to do the friend thing though, then there'd be some like chemistry there, and they'd end up fucking.
I mean, there's chemistry, but to me, it's not an ideal situation either way. So to me, it's the lesser of two not so great options.
I get that, but I still think if they went the friendship route and like they need to just like cut it dry. They go the friendship route, like still like hitting her up, kikiing, let's go to dinner sometimes, let's celebrate you. I just bet they would end up having sex.
I don't know. I mean,
I guess we'll see.
I've been in situations where I did not have sex in such instances, so it can be done.
Like where you were having sex and then you stopped having sex and then y'all stopped just like cold, but it was still like cool and close?
We were cool enough. Cool. I mean, I'm not just out here saying everybody's like, oh, we're so super tight friends, but we were what we were at the onset. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it could be done. So.
But I think what she was saying is like, when she said let's be friends, it's like, go back to how we were. And I think if they went back to how they were before they started having sex, they would have had sex again. It would have to be a whole different concept of friendship for them.
I think for them to go back to what they were, it would have had to have been two people agreeing to do that, because I don't know if Dre would have even been agreeable to that, because he wasn't even agreeable to giving her his space. Like, bro was tripping about the key. Like,
he did not want to give her the key to her apartment. Like, what was that about?
Like, that was low key kind of creepy. Like,
it was
bro,
weird.
Give me my key.
Like,
where is this coming from? It's coming from the fact that I want my damn key. Like,
yeah. Like, I thought it was kind of strange that he even had the key. I didn't realize that he had.
I mean, they were really tight, and he was coming over all the time. So
I guess so.
It makes sense. And Issa, like, bro, like, what the fuck? Like, why is she living with?
Daniel. Like, I wouldn't have went to live with Daniel. I would have went to live with one of my girlfriends, especially.
That's just like super messy.
Like, especially considering that things like I don't think they ever like really ceased, like closed whatever they had going on, and I just would have felt like, you know what, I'm in this situation, I'm out on my ass, I'm gonna call like my bestie, and that's for her, it's Molly. I wouldn't
like, I think so. She was talking about they had drama together, but I would have rather that drama than the drama with the dude that I was fucking while I had a dude.
Yeah,
like, to me that's just super messy, and I'd rather deal with the drama like girl drama or something. Like, oh, you went home with a single, like,
and get over that. Like, but you my friend. So, and she got more space. Daniel's apartment is like small as fuck. So like she was sleeping on the couch, and she felt like he was like fucking in front of her. But
so, boom, sorry, cookie. But
I know how you feel that about that.
Oh, any heads up, any explanation? Oh, this, that, and the third. Like, I'm doing you a solid. If something's happening upstairs, if you want to go. If you want to go in your room, or the couch or whatever. Like, I'm not about to text you like every time like something's about to shake in my place. It's like,
I don't know if she's owed that, but I think that would. It's like if you had a roommate and you gonna have like a chick over, you gonna say I'm gonna put a sock on the door or something. Like, I think that I don't know if she was owed that, like it's his obligation, and she should have felt some type of way about it. But I think
but she did feel some kind of way.
I know, but I think it was a courtesy that he could have.
She was making it seem like he's supposed to be doing this. He has to do this. It'd be a nice to do, but if he don't do it, he don't have to do it.
Well, I agree that he doesn't have to, but I think it's a nice to do.
Like if I was living in close quarters with somebody,
it's hella close. Like it was not no upstairs. She on the couch, they're the room, bam. But it really just was a messy situation. I think if it was somebody else that she was just like friends with and that happened, she would have had a different truth. It would have had a different reaction to it. It was just a really messy situation.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't really clear on what she wanted. He kept saying like, "What do you want?" Which it happens when you're trying to like.
Yeah, he was like,
it's
"Nigga,
very,
like, what's good? Like, what do you want?"
It's a very common like thing to be
jumping all over the place and just like say what's up. Like he wasn't telling her like, "What do you?" He wasn't asking her.
Like, why are you here?
He was just saying like, "Yo, just what's like what? Why are you here? Like, what's wrong?"
I mean, I look forward to seeing like how she evolves in this transition, and then like from a relationship perspective, because it's super fresh right now. So she's just really confused and trying to figure it out. And I've been there, and I look forward to seeing like how that like whatever it looks like, how it like progresses.
It's interesting how. You know, because we've all been there. Like, you had a relationship end, and then there's so many different ways that you can deal with the ending of that long-term relationship.
She's not handling it the way I probably would.
Like, you can drown yourself in, from her perspective, you know, pipe, or a man's perspective, you can drown yourself in the lady. You can be out all the time, just kicking it with your boys and drinking all the time. Or you could just become withdrawn, or you can just decide to throw yourself into your work, or you can decide to, you know, there's lots of different things. And it's interesting in which the ways people decide that they want to deal with, you know, because it's almost like, I won't say like it's a grieving process, but
it is. It's like,
it's
like you're grieving a part of your life.
Maybe so.
Somebody once told me that once. I had a big breakup, and a dude I was dating was like, you need that thing so that you can like progress. And I was like, damn, like that shit like hit me really hard. And I was like, I need to do that. And it was really helpful to me. So I think it is like
because I dated someone long term and it ended, and I just threw myself into.
Been there,
you know,
and that's what I would. And at 20 something, like that's totally what I would do. It's so like, I mean, I would probably maybe focus on my work too, but I would totally drown my shit in some dick and attention. Like,
so I took it that route.
But she might take it that route. Like,
I think she's gonna end up taking it there.
Yeah, at least for a little while. You know?
Right, so it's interesting.
So she could dive into her work, which work is a whole other thing because she needs to be looking for a new job.
Like when shit start going left at your job, it's never gonna be the same. I would have mentally checked out. I would have been there riding the clock.
I'd have been on LinkedIn doing them apps, them quick apps.
I love
the quick apps. Quick app. Use my profile.
It's easy apply.
Yeah. That's what I do.
Like, so what interested you about our company? It was an easy app. The application.
You can't tell them that.
I mean, the application was the quick apply. I didn't have to go through 18 pages.
Man, that quick apply is the shit.
It's like, boop, 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 boop. It's like 3 clicks.
I feel like it's a whole other video about fucking job applications.
Yeah. Anyway,
but
yeah, she needs to quit. And that white lady that was coming at her, I would have fucking lost.
The issue is the white lady is like, a lot of white people don't want to deal with like the shit. Like the shit is that y'all are like this program is very Eurocentric. It's not focused on kids, but you don't want to deal with that. And therefore, she's not trying to hear none of that shit.
Like she's trying to. She has issues with Issa, but more so than that, like you mentioned, there are these systemic problems within the community, and the program is a microcosm of kind of like the community, particularly in like the white savior. If we view it from that point of view, and basically that whole organization is just a bunch of white saviors, but it's from that Eurocentric view, which is how we come with the term white saviors. And it's just like, I'm trying to help you delve into the root issue.
This is coming from the people. These are the people who are not bringing us back.
Right,
and this is what you need to know.
I'm getting feedback.
People only want real feedback, though.
Boom.
So there you go.
That's that whole situation.
Yeah.
I would have been already turned off. And particularly like when it comes to like jobs and stuff, and it's like, oh, we're not gonna be on the same page.
Yeah, it's time to move around. And with her experience, I mean, there's lots of organizations that does the same type of stuff she would have been doing. I'd have been moving around. I'd have asked, y'all have after school program at the school when like I was just I'd have used it, like, you know what I mean?
And that white girl would have rubbed me the wrong way too.
Oh, she would have totally rubbed me the wrong way. I could not sit in there and like be like, oh yeah, like I just my face would be bad. My attitude would be.
I'm talking about the young girl.
Yeah, the one I'm saying. Yeah, when she came to her desk and was talking, like I've been over there.
Like, you're not about to supervise me.
She just sent me this file. Like, you all right? Go ahead. Gotcha. Tell her you did your job. I'm calling the people.
No.
Yeah.
Overall, dope episode. I'm looking forward to all the next episodes.
Me too.
It'll be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see. You know, I know Lawrence isn't going to be back, but it'll be interesting to see because I'm sure there are going to be instances in which they, bring him up, verbally. It'll be interesting how they tackle, how she's still dealing with, such a big part of her life being over and transitioning from that to something else, and the effects maybe that relationship has on future relationships. It'll be interesting. Yeah, exactly. It will. It'll be interesting to see how they, delve into that. There's so much that they can talk about. So that's going to be pretty dope.
I'm interested also to see how Molly maneuvers in her new corporate position.
Because it sounds like she's gonna be pretty high level.
Yeah.
And she's probably gonna be dealing with she's gonna be probably, if not the only person of color there.
Certainly the only one at a high level.
Exactly.
So that'll be interesting to see how that's
and she's
handled.
gonna be getting a whole new slew of issues that, high level managers have that, middle level managers and individual contributors might not be privy to. But then we get to the upper level management, and then you see all this other forms of just racism that is just so kind of
minute.
No, I won't say minute because that downplays it. It's like what's the word?
I don't know.
It's racism, but it's not that it's more covert. It's more covert.
So I'm interested to see how that flows and to see what happens with her and Grove. And then, of course, Daniel and Issa. When she gets out of that house. I also want to know, I really want to know what's good with their marriage. Because they never talk about, his wife from her perspective, cause she's doing her open marriage thing, too. I wonder, what is it like with her and her dude or dudes or whatever? Is she falling into I don't know if they're going to show that.
I don't think they will, but
it would be.
I wouldn't be surprised if sometime down the line, even if it's not this season, we find out that, they're having some kind of trouble in paradise and, they don't end up making it.
Yeah.
That would surprise me.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to the next episodes and the rest of the season, and I think we'll keep up these videos.
So if y'all like these, let us know. We'll keep doing these. But it's Dope Show. I think that's all for us.
Yeah, I think that's it.